Hey, welcome back to Mom and Just Moment Talk Show, the first exciting episode in the Couple Goal series. Before we start, I just want you guys to know that all the topics we'll be treating in this month of Valentine, a month of love for couples, is going to be interesting and to make a difference in their marriages. So that is why the series is titled Couple Goal Series. By the way, I want to wish you all a happy Valentine's Day. I do hope spouses, you take care of your partner or your spouse. Take care of your spouse this month, not only this month and beyond. And believe me, tune in and you get so much insight as to how to build and create that love atmosphere. You know, the love of God is very, it's something that one should not underestimate or overestimate. It is pure, it is genuine, it is sweet, and that love of God is what we should always instill in our home. So having said that, we want to introduce a very important topic which we refer to as effective communication in marriage. We have a wonderful couple taking this topic, and we'll delve into it thoroughly for you all to understand the importance of communicating effectively in your marriage. Effective communication is what keeps away divorce, separation, and causes and avoids having issues that causes resentment in spouses. So that being said, let's hear what Jess has to say about effective communication in marriage.
Well, yeah, in a marriage, you guys need to communicate a lot. Like sometimes in marriages, it's normal to have disagreements where a person does not really like what you want, and you don't like what they want, and then you kind of have a little disagreements over it. But most times there's always an end to it, and the end is mostly sweet, and But sometimes they use the wrong words to say something, and then it builds up the anger and the disagreements, which could lead to divorce, separation, and all that type of stuff. So I feel that there are certain type of words that you have to use with your spouse. You should be calm during a disagreement. Like when you guys don't agree on something, you should not call each other names. You should call them sweet words, and that can reduce the anger in a disagreement. And I also feel that in a disagreement, one spouse needs to listen to the other. You guys cannot be talking at the same time, because then it will make the other spouse more aggressive, so that they can hear what they want to say. So I feel that you guys should have eye contact with each other. You must let each other talk and also be listening to each other, and also have eye contact. And also your body image can also show how, if you're listening or if you're not listening. So you should have you should stand up straight, listen to what they're saying, have eye contact, and then they'll know that you're really listening, and then it can also reduce the anger. And I also feel that in a relationship, it's okay to be jealous of each other, maybe one person has a better thing. But let me just say something. Men, you guys need to make your wives your queens. My dad gets her everything. Probably he only has 2 pair of shoes in his wardrobe, and then she comes with a million pair of shoes.
Just exaggerating.
And also with the phone type of thing, your wife should have a better phone than you. Maybe your phone does not have that good of a camera, but her phone should have a perfect camera, as you know that women love to take pictures and all that type of stuff. So you just have to make your
okay,
wife
Jess,
as
happy
as possible. Okay, now you can talk.
Oh God, enough of that, Jess. Let's focus more on communication, because that is the topic. So I just want to share a few tips which could help your communication in marriage. The first and foremost I want to start with is understanding the types of communication we have. We have the verbal, non-verbal, and written communication. So we have to know when to employ any of these communications. Verbal is the sense that you communicate directly, express yourself verbally, talk to each other. And then non-verbal is through body language. There are certain actions you make with your body, and it communicates already. You don't need to say so much. Your gestures, that's a non-verbal communication. Then finally, written communication could be through text messages, love letters, and and so on. Communication is very important in marriage because is the reason why so many marriages are broken, and that is why this topic has to be addressed critically. It could be communication regarding in-laws. The wife is building resentment concerning the in-laws and she doesn't want to communicate with the husband, and the husband likewise. It could be regarding their siblings, it could be regarding other extended families or things happening at work. But here are a few tips. Number one, have a feeling of empathy when you're communicating. Remember, the word of God says that a soft answer dispels wrath. If you come with soft word, no matter what you're communicating, if your tone is low, it's agreeable with your partner or your spouse to pay an attention to you. No matter how angered you are, your manner of approach and in communicating matters a lot. Then secondly, the issue of trying to hear each other out. As Jess has said, both of you can't be raising your voices or trying to make your voices heard or your communication heard. One has to tone down and to listen. You give your spouse an opportunity to speak, and if you have something to say, you wait until your spouse has delivered what he or she has to say. Thirdly, you always should not agree on the same thing. There are different issues and we all are uniquely made. The way I see 6 is the way you see 9, and the way you see 9 is the way I see 6. So we should always agree to disagree when you come to such issues or conversations or communications that view different perspectives. You should try and weigh options. Especially as a wife, I believe that I would rather calm down and listen to what my husband says, because as the word of God says, the father is the head of the house. So you listen to his opinion. Probably if you think that your opinion is the best, give him a chance. Let's try out what your husband has to offer, and then if it fails, then I'm sure you will probably like to go with your own decision or opinion. So having said that, I believe that wives should pay attention to this and give it a thought. Then I want to also add that you should always give a hoot about what your partner is complaining about. If there are certain needs or emotions that are boiling up in your partner's, that you see emotions boiling in your partner, even if you read his body language or her body language, she's going through an issue. You should be able to pick it up in her body language and try to speak with her about it or speak with him about it, communicate, and let it out, whatever it could be that is boiling up within or going through the thoughts of your partner. Then I want to add as well, the word of God says, gain wisdom, and all wisdom gain understanding. Proverbs 4:11, I think. So that is very, very paramount for everyone, especially women. If you read the virtuous woman, a virtuous woman is a woman of wisdom. You should know when to speak to your husband concerning issues. You should know when there are times to address communicate with your husband. You can't approach your husband when he's very tired, he's back from work, probably he had a very bad day, and then you start communicating whatever or letting him know what happened or something that transpired. There is a time to speak or communicate certain kind of discussions, probably when the children are asleep and he's more relaxed. Then you sit down in a relaxed atmosphere, you communicate whatever you wish to come across. It's very good also for us to be able to read each other's moods, because as human beings, there are moods we have. There are times that you are excited, there are times that you are moody, there are times you don't feel like talking at all, there are times that we should learn to read each other's moods so that when it's time to get into each other's space and communicate. I'm not saying that partners should, you shouldn't be for so long. If you find your partner is sulking, probably you give him some time, and if it's not wearing out, you should find an approachable means. So in all, I'm just trying to say that it's good to study your partner's moods before you communicate, especially when it has to do with a discussion that will create a tensive atmosphere. You can, for instance, hold your partner's hands if you want to communicate something that is going to build tension or is going to cause tension tension. You hold the partner's hand and speak nicely. You could even pat the person on the back. Probably want to communicate the death of somebody, or you want to share something that happened at work that was terrible, that affected you. You have to find a way to communicate it. And when your partner does to you, you shouldn't react, even though it demands you to react at that point in time, depending on the degree of the conversation or degree of the discussion. You should also try to relax, and see how to reason out or solve that problem. Sometimes issues are so difficult to get a solution, but if you have a partner that understands you, like the word of God says, gaining wisdom, and with all wisdom gaining understanding, I believe that if you have that, no matter how difficult the situation is, you always find a way out. So stay tuned. These are just a few tips I have to share with you guys. Let's stay tuned, and very soon we will have this couple to discuss further and deep further onto this topic. God bless you. Please remember to subscribe to this channel. See you soon. Bye.